All right, what's up, Bulldogs? I got another one for you here. This is a question about building a business. I got a guy who said here, I'm having trouble getting ideas for starting a business. I'm drawing a blank. I honestly don't know how to start from even that point of first idea. Do you have advice for my situation, please? Okay, this is pretty common. How do you start a business? He says, I can't even come up with the idea, right? I'm having trouble getting ideas. So here's what I would say about this, okay? First of all, let me give you the there's two fundamental rules of business that I'll give you. The first one is that every business has three components, right? Which is traffic, sales process, and product. So you have to get leads, you have to get traffic, you have to get people, you could say lead generation, right? Potential customers. You have to have a way to sell these customers the thing, and you have to have something to sell them. That's a good framework to work from. The second principle I'll give you about business is that the key to business is find something that works and do it over and over again. Now, the hard part is finding something that works. Now, with that framework, with those two principles in mind, you can start to look at things through that lens and start to look and say, what kind of business could you build? One of the simplest kind of businesses that I think anyone can build is a content-based business where they're creating content, they're building an audience just like I have done here, and then they're selling some kind of digital product to that audience. That is the kind of basic, simple, if you do this, if you build an audience, you will be able to sell something to that audience. Now, it's hard because it takes years, because it takes work to do this, to create this content, and you're not getting paid. So for a lot of people, it's kind of the slow way to do it. I still think it's a great way. But then we have businesses where you're providing some kind of a service, all right? Let's say coaching. Like almost every single person that has a job, has some kind of skill set, could teach that to someone else conceivably. And it could be a content-based business that you create, but you probably have some kind of valuable skill that you could teach someone, and that can be your service. Coach them how to get a job like you have. Right now, you could do that and sell that through building an audience, or you can directly outreach and find those people. For example, I do a lot of that on LinkedIn because I'm helping software developers with financial freedom, and I'm finding software developers, reaching out to them on LinkedIn, getting on a call, booking the call, and selling them on the product, the service that I'm offering. So that's a simple, fast way to get into business, but it's a lot of work because you're gonna have to talk to a lot of people, and you're gonna have to find the leads and talk to them and sell them on that thing. But you could immediately start making a few $1,000s a month if you start a business like that. It's not super scalable either because you're the product in this case, but you could eventually make it so that you're providing that same service with other people providing that service, all right? You've got businesses that are physical product businesses. That's kind of hard to do. And then you have to come up with some good ideas. I've got a coaching client of mine that is in the beekeeping industry, and he started a YouTube channel. It's called Technically Beekeeping if you want to check it out, but he's working on some products for beekeeping because he's an inventor. That's where his inclination is. So he's got a smoker. In beekeeping, you have this traditional like fire that you light, and you get the smoke from this thing. And so he's created something where it uses like vape technology, and it's like almost like a drill, and it shoots out smoke. It's brilliant, right? He's going to do a Kickstarter. He's going to make a ton of money on it. It's brilliant. He's also got a bee feeder. He's got all these inventions and ideas around this industry, right? So that might not be for you, but it's going to work for him. There's a really good book actually by one of my friends. I haven't talked to him in a while. Noah Kagan. Let me grab this book. It's called The $1 Million Weekend. If you really want to figure out how to build a business quickly, this is a great book. I would highly recommend that. Another good book around is You Gotta Have a Good Offer, 100 Million Offers, Alex Hormozi, also a friend of mine. There's software as a service, SaaS businesses, building software that you sell, subscription-based thing. That, again, it's a difficult one because you got to build that software, but it still has those same principles. But the problem with a lot of guys that try to build a software is that they don't know how to market it because you still need the leads in the sales process. In order to get leads, in order to get traffic or customers, you're either going to have to create content and bring people in that way, or you're going to have to use some kind of paid advertising, or you're going to have to directly cold call outreach people. Those are pretty much the three ways, or you could borrow someone else's audience is the fourth way. So you got to kind of think about these things. So it's not just about the idea, it's about the business model that you want to do as well. So let me give you an idea of kind of the new business that I'm building and how I'm building that, and maybe that will help you as well. So I am going to put together an offer to teach mid-level developers to become senior level developers. It's going to be a 12-week program that's going to have the course content that's going to help them to do this by giving them the various skill sets that they need. It's going to have a coaching component where they're going to get like 3 coaching calls with me, or eventually be someone else, a resume writing service, as well as a code review and a project that they're going to do and get evaluated on, right? And so that's the product. Okay. Now, where are the other two components? Well, how am I going to get leads? Well, I'm going to go on LinkedIn. I've got a company that I pay per lead and they send out messages for me. I've sent out messages myself too, but essentially I'm going to generate leads that way, where they're going to reach out to software developers and they're going to book calls for me. And then I'm going to jump on sales calls and I'm going to tell them about what I have to offer them, and I'm going to sell them that service. Okay. Now the pricing on this will be around $10,000, which is a lot. And maybe you're not starting a business at that level, but you see, I'm going to use the skills that I have, right, and the credibility I have in the software development field. I have some best-selling books there, and I'm going to put together those two components. So maybe that helps you to see how that. You look at the Bulldog mindset business model. This one's kind of changing a bit, but essentially what it has been in the past is creating YouTube videos, creating YouTube content, answering people's questions on mindset, on masculinity, on all these topics, and then offering a membership that you pay a monthly membership, and you've got exclusive content and videos in a community in there. That has been the model for that, right? So just to give you some ideas, again, read this book. This will help you as well, and look at existing things. Look at how other people are making money. Look at how other people are running their business, and look for those three components in it and see what is the thing that they're doing over and over. It's not all about the product. It's more about, can you identify an audience? Can you identify a need? Can you identify a segment? Right? And create a really good offer. Like, what's something that I could create that would be valuable to people? And then think about how is the best way to fulfill that offer and to implement getting the leads and doing the sales process. If you can do that, you're going to succeed at business. If you've got a question for me, email me at john@bulldogmindset.com. I will see you tomorrow.